Welcome, people, to another episode. In this episode, we're going to focus on the Balkans. Everyone knows that the Balkans is a lovely region to go to. However, this region has faced a lot of challenges in the past few years. Albania, North Macedonia, Bosnia, Croatia, Serbia, Kosovo, Montenegro. These countries have gone through a lot. What I'll be talking about in this episode is how these countries have moved on from all their atrocities, how these countries have moved on from the challenges they've faced, how these countries have been able to work together to obviously make their country prosperous, because the Balkans is becoming one of the favorite places to go to, and I really mean that. It's become one of the favorite places to go to. Okie dokie, here I am in a Balkan country, and it's called Albania. It's really hard to digest everything, so you need a bit of time. And obviously I was quite knackered yesterday for many reasons. I hardly slept, that's one. Also, I had to sort out some few bits before I jumped on my flight. So all of that made me exhausted. So when I landed and I got to this part of Tirana where my apartment is, I was trying to understand the area, because that's what I tend to do. I try to kind of scan the area to understand it. That's one thing you need to know as a vlogger, especially if you're going to be vlogging around the area. You need to know if you get robbed in your local area and prepare for that. But no one is going to rob me. I can fight. I know how to fight, yeah, so no one can rob me. But you need to kind of understand your area first, and kind of know where the local supermarkets are, the local shops, because you're going to need to know them. How do you get a drink? How do you get food? Although I go to restaurants, but sometimes you want a quick snack. You know what I mean? So it's always good to know all these places. So I think we're going to go to Skanderberg Square, which is the popular square in Tirana. I've got my Google Maps on, so I'm hoping we get there in 11 minutes or 10 minutes according to my Google Maps. But what I tend to do in these sort of situations is, even though I'm going to Skanderberg Square, I might decide to go to other places. I might decide to do a detour. That's just me anyway. I did see a shisha bar not far away from this area yesterday, actually in the night, because I arrived around 6ish, so I couldn't really do a lot last night. I was limited to what I could do. Oh, that's a barber shop. So if you want a nice haircut, you can come here. Hey. Okay, I'm getting some looks. People are saying a lot of things. I told you, they've never seen a black man hold a camera. Very funny. Actually, I think I'm going through the wrong way. I think I should be going to the other side. So I'm gonna... Actually, let's explore this area first. We can always go to Skanderberg Square. Let's see what's happening around this area. So this is literally like a local area in central Tirana, because it's actually in the center. Can you see they're selling like various things?
household items.
One thing I noted about Albania is safety and security. Albania is so safe is actually hard to comprehend. And the reason why I say it's hard to comprehend is based on the fact that a lot of people in the Western world have this perception of Albania being this dangerous country, being this country that is known for kidnapping and other illegal activities. That's not to say it doesn't happen there. However, I didn't feel threatened, I didn't feel unsafe. I know some countries in the West that are actually more unsafe, basically. Also, I think the Balkans is now known for being a secure region to go to. Obviously, I'm going to talk about Kosovo later on and North Macedonia. But what I noticed is the Balkans is really, really safe. Everyone minds their own business. Nobody harasses you. Nobody cares about you. Everyone is focused on what they are doing, which is a very good thing. Okie dokie, let's see what else I was up to in this Balkan country.
That's just the way they look. Oh, that's the market area. So I remember, actually, I used this route on my way back home yesterday, and it wasn't this busy. It was because I came late last night, or late last evening, so I didn't see all these bits yesterday. But it's a total different place now. It's so busy, and there's actually a lot going on, so that's quite crazy. Okay, so they're selling fruits and veg. He said go away. He said go away. He doesn't want me to film his fruit and veg, which is fine. I'm not gonna have fruits and veg tonight, am I? Let's go to let's go to somebody that actually wants their fruit and veg to show on camera. Oh yeah, so I think I know what to do. So there's a place there where they sell the local beer. So that's what I want to drink actually. Also they've got juices here, I think. Apple. Should I get a drink? Have they got a takeaway? Hi. Do you do takeaway drinks?
Yes.
Okay. Can you show me where you put the drinks? Like, and is it covered up? Is it covered up or is it opened up like that? Oh, perfect. Oh yeah, now you're talking. Okay. Can I have? Let's see. Apple, carrot, and beetroot. Nah. So you know your detox. What's inside your detox?
Water, cucumber, and
The detox one. What's inside?
water, cucumber, and lemon.
So is that? Can I tell you what I want? Yeah. Can I have
Yes, yes.
apple and orange? Is that
Big.
possible? Yeah. And can I have a large one, please? A large one, big. So like you know you have small, medium, large, big one, big.
This is
Okay, yeah, that
no
one.
small.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Can you make it cold, yeah? Perfect, yeah. Oh, they just have one size. They don't have large, small, or medium, so that's fine. So we're gonna go to that area next. That's like a market, and they sell all the souvenirs. So we're just gonna go to the area. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go through the actual market, but let's see anyway.
Market. Yes, yes. I love going to local markets when I go abroad. I was just going to say customer service in the Balkans is 10 out of 10. The thing is, they are very, very respectful in the Balkans. They listen to what their customer wants. They are quite nice as well in the way they respond to you. And the good thing is, most of the people I've met in the Balkan region can actually speak English. That is really good. You go to certain countries within Western Europe and they can't even speak English. But in the Balkans, it is quite interesting though, because in Albania, I think there was only one situation where the person there couldn't speak any English at all. And I remember the lady standing next to him was interpreting everything I was saying. Later on, she told him that he needs to learn English because a lot of tourists are now pouring into Albania, which is very true. Albania is becoming one of them countries that everyone is dying to go to. I'm so happy I went to Albania last year, and I'll probably go either this year or next year because Albania is one lovely country to go to. Okie dokie, let's move on. I've got my drink. I'm fully hydrated now, as you can see.
So it's quite busy as usual. It seems like the Albanians are always out here, but I'm sure some of them are tourists as well, so they might not all be Albanians. Hi. I know she's shy. She doesn't want to talk. That's why she's walking quick. Have a lovely day, girls or ladies. Anyways, so that's the market area I was talking about. So they sell all sorts. They sell like souvenirs and things like that. Wow, it's so busy.
So I might have the local beer later today. Once I finish my drink, I don't want to have this and that.
Oh, that looks like a good restaurant. Let's see what they sell. I did walk past this bit too yesterday. Oh, they sell pasta.
So like Italian, I would say. So it'll be nice to like try like their local bread and things like that. So I might try that.
So yesterday when I got here, because I came around this end around 9ish or so, and this whole place was shut. So that's the beer. I'm gonna come here definitely. It looks really nice. I'm gonna ask her. Hi, do you work here? Do you work here? No. Okay. Yeah, I just want to find out, is that the local Albanian beer?
Yes.
Okay, I'll come back.
Yeah, so that's the local Albanian beer, Puka. So I'm gonna come there. Actually, did I check out this bit yesterday?
Let's see. Because there are a lot of like little alleyways. Oh, look at that. That's a waterfall. So I think it's called, I'm just guessing because it's saying Markata Peshkut. So I'm thinking it's Peshkut Market.
That's just me guessing. Considering when I travel to many countries, market is usually said in the same manner. So I would say it's saying Peshkut Market. But if I'm wrong, correct me in the comment section. Okay.
So these are like local shops. I'm sure a lot of the Albanians have their favorites anyway, where they like to go to. I'm not sure if the kids are on school holidays though, because I've seen a lot of like young people like hanging around. So they might be on school holidays. Or is that a shisha bar? Let's see. No, it's not a shisha bar, it's just no, it's just a bar. It's set up like a shisha bar. Oh, this drink is really good. I totally recommend it. Oh man, really refreshing. Okay, so there's really nothing going on around here. Let's keep walking. I'm so glad I came around this time. Apparently it's meant to be like 27, 29 degrees, but it doesn't feel like it. I suppose because the sun is not out. Let me wear my sunglasses. There's a bit of sun, but it's not bad. I'm trying to look fly in Albania. Don't your boy look fly? Don't your boy look fly? Okay, let's keep gallivanting. So, can you see all of that? That's like souvenirs. The Albanian flag is nice, isn't it? It's like one of the best flags ever. Very nice.
Yes, the Albanian flag is one of the best ever. A black eagle on a red background. The person that designed that flag definitely did a great job. Without going into too much detail, I would say Albania really impressed me. Considering I saw some videos on Albania published by certain people, and it kind of painted Albania as this country that is racist. They painted Albania as this country that is not hospitable to certain minority groups. They painted Albania to be this country that you need to be careful in. I saw those videos after or just before I went to North Macedonia. When I went to North Macedonia and I saw the hospitality there, and I went to Kosovo and saw the hospitality there, I started to doubt that Albania would be the same. Especially when I went to Kosovo and I got a lot of love. So I took myself to Albania to find out for myself on whether this country fits what they were saying. As you can see there, I was talking to some young Albanians who were very friendly. So don't believe any negative thing you hear about Albania. Albania is a great country, and I implore everyone to go to Albania. Kosovo. This is one of the most interesting countries ever. I went to Kosovo because I heard the Kosovars are one of the nicest people in the Balkans. And also, Kosovo is predominantly Albanian. So, when I got to Kosovo, I did notice that they had a lot of Albanian flags. I was still trying to understand how things were in Kosovo. Obviously, we all know there's a tension in that part of the region, but I'm not going to go deep into what the tension is. I suppose all I can say is Kosovo is one lovely place to go to. If you've never ever been to Kosovo, you need to go there. Find out what I was up to now in Kosovo.
It took literally like 20 minutes from Skopje to the border, and from the border to the coach station, that was literally like an hour 10 minutes. So altogether I would say an hour 30 minutes to get to Pristina coach station from Skopje. So what I'm trying to do now is to get myself a cash machine. Yeah, so I'm gonna get myself some money. I need to withdraw some money. Then I'll make my way to the town center to obviously explore. Alrighty, so this is not the central part of Pristina. It's a bit far away from here, but it's so crazy how difficult it is to get an ATM. I never realized that it's that difficult to get an ATM around the coach station. I would have thought that there'll be one nearby. Unfortunately, the guy that works there said they don't accept card payments, which is quite bonkers. In Skopje, I was able to use my card to pay, but for some reason in Kosovo, I can't. So I would have to just get cash out. Alrighty, so my first impression of Kosovo. So far, it looks okay. I've only been here for a few minutes, and the people seem really friendly though. Like really friendly. So talking about the tribe and the makeup of Kosovo. So Kosovo has Kosovo Albanians and Kosovo Serbians. I'm not sure of what part has the most, because if you go to certain places, it might be that they have more Kosovo Albanians there, and some areas might have more Kosovo Serbians, but I don't know how the divide is and where you'd find more of a particular tribe. But oh well, I suppose I might find out later today. So I'm looking for a bank or an ATM, because it's really critical I get some money out and book the last coach leaving tonight. I don't want to book anything earlier than the last one, because I want to spend a lot of time in Kosovo. So this is literally a day trip, so it should be fun. In terms of currency, they use euros in Kosovo. They don't use the same currency as North Macedonia. I think I've said it before, but I'll just say it again. The currency used in North Macedonia is the Macedonia dinars. So that's the currency. I'm just a bit worried about how much things are in Kosovo. It might be cheap, but because they use euro, it's very likely that things will be somewhat similar in terms of prices across Europe basically. So if you go to parts of Western Europe, you would notice that prices are somewhat similar or even more expensive. So I'm just hoping that Kosovo is not expensive because they are using euros, but we would see anyway. So the return ticket to North Macedonia tonight is going to cost me €9, and I think that's quite cheap considering you're traveling to another country, because Kosovo is a country. So going from country to country, paying €9 is quite cheap, I think. It's a bit crazy. I can't believe they don't have any ATM around this area. It is mad. Like, imagine what people have to do to get money. You'd have to walk really far. Okay, so that is Pristina, and that's Skopje. So if you're going to Skopje, you follow that route. If you are going to the town Pristina, you follow that route. There are other cities in Kosovo that people normally visit, but I just felt it's better to stay in the capital. There's always like more to see in the capital. I know Kosovo has a lot of mountains and valleys and things like that that people love to see, but the weather is quite cold for that, so I don't need to worry about that. Hence why I'm doing a day trip, because I'm not going to stay here for long.
Yes, Kosovo is one interesting one. It's the only country in the Balkans that uses euros. And the reason for that is Kosovo is a disputed country. Kosovo is currently not recognized by Serbia as an independent country because Serbia thinks Kosovo is part of it. Also, the Albanians have stated that Kosovo is actually Albania because it's predominantly Albanian. I'm not going to go into that issue and I'm not going to get involved. I suppose they have the euro as their currency because of the Western influence, basically. When there was a war in Kosovo and the war ended, the Western countries like America and the UK and some countries within the EU obviously supported Kosovo in building up its nation, and it was agreed for euros to be used as their currency. Also, if you go to Kosovo, you would notice that it really, really, really looks like some parts of Western Europe. And you can see the way I've emphasized on really, because it really does. Compared to the likes of North Macedonia and Albania. So just to let you know, so far I've only been to Albania, North Macedonia, and Kosovo. The other countries I'll be visiting in the nearest future are Bosnia, Croatia, Montenegro, and there's one more I'm missing, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Or for all you know, that's all the countries left. I think that's all the countries left actually. Bosnia, Croatia, and Serbia. Actually, I think that's it. And Montenegro, sorry. So 4 countries, basically. So I've been to the 3 other ones. Okie dokie, let's move on and see what else I was up to in this lovely country called Kosovo.
Well, so just be mindful of that when you come. You might want to take as much cash as possible, but for me I'm not going to take a lot because I'm only going to be here for a day, and I'm just hoping that when I get to town a lot of people accept cash, because it's very, very odd that the coach station is not accepting card payments. Usually most places do accept it. So I'm just going to take, or I took what's sufficient for now, and I'm just hoping that things work out in town. Okie dokie. So more about Kosovo. So in terms of where they drive on the same side as most parts of Europe. So bear that in mind. Some people might decide to drive to Kosovo from North Macedonia. A lot of people actually do that, but it's literally up to you though. I was actually thinking of renting a car when I got to Skopje, because the price of renting a car is really cheap. I think when I checked it was about 20 pounds for like 5 days, so that's quite cheap. However, I thought, you know what, let me travel the local way. Let me travel the local way and see things. So feel free to obviously rent a car if you want to. And I think in terms of the licenses they accept, I think if you have a UK license, you don't have to worry. I don't think you're required to have an international license. Most countries in Europe would accept your license anyway, same as Poland, places like that. So you don't need to worry at all. They've got a lot of restaurants around this area, I must say. But I'm not looking. Hi.
Hi.
Are you guys from Pristina?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Lovely, lovely.
Where are
Is
you
that your
from?
boyfriend?
No,
Or your brother?
my friend.
Your friend. Oh, I'm from England.
England.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Working?
No, vlogging.
Oh. Hi.
Yeah, take care. Bye. Hi. Are you guys from Pristina? Oh, are you guys? Oh, look at how shy they are. They're trying to run away. All right, take care. You see, they're trying to run away. The guys in Kosovo are so nice. They're somewhat similar to the guys in North Macedonia, to be honest. But the people, hi, you're right. But the people from Kosovo are even more confident, aside from them girls that were shy. I like it when people ask me what I'm doing in their country. Like, it is a good thing. Some people get upset when people ask them, but I think it's a good thing. Like, they just want to know what you're doing here. So just tell them instead of getting upset. It's only a question, for God's sake. So don't get upset when they ask you. Alrighty, we're gonna pay for that coach ticket. Also, what would happen is if you're traveling from, let's say, Skopje to Pristina, you would notice a lot of taxi drivers outside of Skopje coach station, and they are willing to take you to Pristina and vice versa. When you get to Pristina, there will be a lot of people that are looking to take you to Skopje. I think taxis from Skopje to Pristina cost roughly 25 to 30 euros. But I paid in pounds, I paid £7. I paid £7 all the way from, I paid £7 all the way from Skopje to Pristina.
One thing about the Balkans is it's cheap to travel there from England, and it's also cheap to stay there. It's so cheap that I could literally stay there for 6 months and not feel like I've spent a lot of money. That's why I love the Balkans. Kosovo, though, uses euros. The euros actually go far. For example, to buy my return ticket from Kosovo to North Macedonia, or to North Macedonia, like my Macedonians would call it, it was actually very cheap. Also, I had a steak meal in Kosovo and it was really cheap. I was like, oh my days, I could live here for the rest of my life. Also, the locals were quite friendly. They were actually really like, I'm trying to use the right word. They were quite engaging, that's the word. Like the lady I've seen now, for example, she saw me looking at the statue and she explained to me what the statue is. You know what I mean? Like, that's the sort of people you get in Kosovo, which is quite interesting. Like, I might just be talking to myself, which I do when I vlog, and people just come and explain what I've seen or trying to tell me what I've seen. It shows that they're quite good people. Okie dokie, let's see what else I was doing whilst gallivanting around Pristina in Kosovo.
I'm going to look for a place to sit in a minute. So it doesn't look like a country that has gone through a lot, to be totally honest. And it doesn't look like a country that has any like political issues whatsoever, is actually a very good country. Although some might beg to differ and say, oh, it's not a proper country, but it is, because a significant amount of UN countries have agreed to call it a country. There's a lot of police presence in Kosovo, I've noticed. A lot of police presence. I suppose it's just to keep everyone safe. That's probably the reason why they have a lot. Okay, so we are walking towards this lovely part of Kosovo. Can you see, of Pristina actually? Let me make that clear so you know where I am. Look at this guy, he looks really tired and upset. He looks pissed off, like somebody stole his coffee. So for guys planning to come to Kosovo from Skopje, trust me, it's so easy to come here. All you need to do is to book a coach, which would cost you roughly £7. I suppose £7 would be like, let's say, 8 euros or €7.90. Who knows? But it's not a lot of money. And a return ticket is €9 because I paid in euros. So Kosovo uses euros and not dinars like Macedonia. So a lot of people are just literally chilling and drinking. So yes, it does make sense regarding the national holiday because there's a lot of people around, considering the time of the day. In terms of visas anyway, so if you're British, you don't need a visa to Kosovo, and you don't need a visa to North Macedonia. That's if you're British. I think that also applies to the Americans. I think so. Usually it does apply to them because there are certain countries that let them in, like the way they let the UK in. Although with Brexit, actually these guys are not within the EU per se, because Kosovo I don't think is in the EU. However, they do use European currency, because I did check to see if they're part of the European Union, but they are not. And I think that's because of the issues they have with Serbia. I don't think Serbia would let them in, because Serbia as well is not, I'm not sure if they're an EU member. And even though they are, I don't think they would want Kosovo to have its own independence in that way, in terms of joining the EU. Okay, so I've seen a place I want to check out on this road. It looks like a very, very busy restaurant, so it'll be good to see what's happening. What a good time to come to Kosovo. I'm so happy that I came though. I think I actually made the right decision. Oh, look at that old tree. So nice. Oh, okay. I think it's a pub. Old tree. Does look good. I might come and check that out later. Wow, it's quite busy. It's a really busy Wednesday. Hi, police. The police in this country are quite shy though. Actually, the ones in North Macedonia are quite the same as well. They're not that talkative compared to the Maltese ones. Oh, this place is nice actually, look. So they've got like a number of bars here. Look at that, VIP line clinic. VIP line clinic. Oh my days. Oh, look how their dogs fighting. Oh my days, that is crazy, man. I've never seen that before. I was just feeling sorry for the child. Yeah, because that's a bit traumatizing. Like, the dogs were fighting. Yeah, the dogs were fighting and the child was there, and I'm thinking, okay, so I'm gonna keep making.
Yes. One thing you would notice in the Balkans is the amount of times that dogs would fight. Sometimes you would see dogs walking in packs. I saw that in Kosovo, saw that in North Macedonia. In Albania, I didn't really see a lot of dogs like that. I did see the odd one, but there was a lot in Kosovo and North Macedonia. And also in North Macedonia, they had the really big ones like the ones you see in Turkey. They're quite massive and hairy. I think them dogs are from the Ottoman Empire. They are probably from the Ottoman Empire. Okie dokie, enough of Kosovo now. Let's move on to the next country. Okay, let's move on to North Macedonia, also known as Macedonia. The locals hate it when people call it North Macedonia. However, that is what is known nationally. That is, North Macedonia is known as North Macedonia nationally. However, the locals prefer Macedonia. So for the purpose of this video, I'll keep saying Macedonia. Macedonia is a very interesting country. People are very nice. The food is very good. A lot of elderly people I noticed. I don't know if it's just where I was, but I did notice a lot of elderly people there. They might have an aging population, which is good. It's a good thing. It was quite safe. Actually, it was very safe, just like Kosovo and Albania. I really like Macedonia though, and I'm looking to go to another city in Macedonia next time I go. Let me show you what I went through on day one in Macedonia, and you'll see the sort of reception I got on day one. Look at that silly graffiti there.
Naughty people. Okay, so what I'm trying to do this afternoon, because it took me a bit of time to sort out various things I was going to sort out. So I did book an apartment, and I had to sort out check-in and sort out a few bits before I start recording. So far so good, things are going well. I'm going to make my way to the old bazaar because that's where everything happens. It's a really busy day today actually. There are a lot of people around, and it's not even party time. I'm joking. But anyways, I plan to go to the old bazaar. I've got my Google Maps on. It's not far away from where I am now, so I'm going to take a walk and kind of give you my first impression on North Macedonia. What I did notice is not a lot of people like me are around here, which is a good thing sometimes, because I would like to know how it is for someone like me to be in North Macedonia. Sorry, I'm getting used to saying that. It used to be called Macedonia before, a long time ago. I think it was called the Yugoslavian Republic of Macedonia. Then it later changed to North Macedonia. In terms of the sort of people that live around North Macedonia, we do have various, should I call them tribes? So they have the Roma, they have the Serbians, they have Albanians, and they have Macedonians. But a significant population of people that live in Macedonia, sorry, or North Macedonia are North Macedonians or Macedonians. Apparently the locals don't call it North Macedonia, they call it Macedonia. But obviously we tourists, or most people, recognize it as North Macedonia because of the agreement they signed with Greece a few years ago, because there was a dispute on the name. Okay, so I'm trying to find my way to the old bazaar, like I said, and I keep looking at my phone just to make sure I'm not losing track. But like the owner of the apartment said to me, he said just keep walking all the way straight down and you'll find your way. Okay. So in terms of my first impression anyway, Macedonia is a hell of a place though. It's got a bit of a communist kind of look. And what I mean by that is, I know this sounds a bit crazy, but when I view certain programs on telly about communist countries, I see things like this, and I suppose it's because it was a communist country before, so it's got that look. It wasn't part of USSR though, so just bear that in mind. Not all communist countries were part of USSR. Yugoslavia was a country on its own, and it was made up of Serbia, North Macedonia, Kosovo. I think Slovenia. Yes, Slovenia was one of it as well. So them countries formed Yugoslavia, and they were doing things together. But later on, Yugoslavia split up, and all the countries were independent. One key country I'm going to talk about today is Kosovo. So Kosovo was part of Serbia before, but they did have a disagreement. So Serbia was trying to obviously hold on to Kosovo for a long time, but the Kosovo Albanians fought the Serbians, and now Kosovo is independent. I'm going to go to Kosovo on Wednesday just to see how it is, because it's one place to go to. Apparently you need a few days in Kosovo, but I'm going to spend just a day just to see how it is. I think 2 days will be too much. Hi, a day would be good. She's very friendly. Hello, is this your shop? Very nice, very nice. Oh look, they've got good food. Hey, hi. They're very friendly in North Macedonia. Actually, I need to start calling it like the locals, yeah? I need to start saying North Macedonia. They don't say Macedonia like me. But I suppose the English way of saying it is Macedonia, so I suppose they won't get upset. Okay, so we were talking about Serbia, or yes, Serbia and Kosovo. So Kosovo was obviously trying to gain independence, and the Kosovo Albanians fought the Serbians. Although the war was not great, because a lot of Serbians were killing ethnic Kosovo Albanians back then. However, the American government intervened, and when they intervened, they supported the Kosovo Albanians in terms of independence. So don't forget that, because I don't want to make it look like it was just Kosovo Albanians that were in Kosovo. You also had Kosovo Serbians, so bear that in mind. However, because the Kosovo Serbians were supported by the Serbian government, then there was much more of the Albanians fighting against the Serbians. But all that is gone now. Let's not get political. All that is gone now, so let's forget that. Kosovo is now an independent country. I would love to visit Kosovo because apparently there's a lot of interesting things to see there. Okay, so look at former Yugoslavia. Look at the traffic on the former Yugoslavian road. So this road used to be called a Yugoslavian road, but now it's called a North Macedonian road. Okay, let's look at prices. Oh, this place is shop, but I think things are relatively cheap. I can't read the language though because the language looks bonkers. I'm not looking to learn it either because I'm still struggling to learn Polish, so it will take me a long time to learn North Macedonian. Also, I've noticed that everyone obeys like the traffic light proper. It's a bit like Poland though. Like I told you about Poland, how you can't jaywalk in Poland. If you do jaywalk in Poland, you'll get a lovely fine. Hey, the North Macedonians are nice. Look at all of them. They're all happy. Look. They're all happy. Like, although I saw that racist thing on the wall, I think they're not actually racist. They are just trying it. They just want to be part of the races, but they can't be. They seem like nice people. Hey, you're right. Look, they're all lovely people. I love this country. Right from the airport though, they were very, very nice. Hey! Everyone is waving and horning. Right from the airport, everyone were literally very friendly. And also I noticed that they're wearing stamping passports. If you have like an EU passport, or if you're part of the EU, or if you're within Europe, they're wearing stamping passports, which was quite odd. But anyways, the guy at border control was very nice. He even told me, welcome to Macedonia. Most people at border control don't say that. A lot of people just either stamp your passport or they scan your passport, they give you back your passport. They might even ask you a number of questions, but they decided not to ask me any question. They thought I was too handsome. Hi. They thought I was too handsome, so they decided not to ask me any questions. Anyways, yeah, they were very nice at border control.
Balkans. I think this has now proved what I said at the beginning of the video. The Balkan region, which is a region that has faced a lot, is very welcoming. I didn't notice any sign of racism, any sign of insecurity, any sign of tension, though there might be some, but I didn't obviously see any. Okie dokie, if you haven't gone to the Balkan region, like I said, please go. You'd be seeing me in the next few weeks, or maybe days, or maybe hours. You'd be seeing me in another Balkan city. Take care, guys, and I'll catch you in my next video.